Hello everyone, it's me, Rizo2612's, and today I'm doing a live stream once again, and I thought to myself lately that it's been some time since I last did one, mhm. And basically if you don't know what my previous live stream was about, it wasn't much of a live stream, I would say. It was more of an update kind of stream informing everyone about how's about the reason why I have to refilm the first episode of Adventures of Thomas and Friends series, and what was the actual reason for that. And mhm. So yeah, and yeah, so yeah, I'm just making sure I got everything prepared here and there. So yeah, hang on. And yeah, sorry if I was just quiet for a second because I was just trying to let my friends know on Twitter that I've just started live streaming. So and yeah, give me a sec. Yeah. Anyway, and right now I'm just taking it easy lately because as of lately I have been uploading some recent uh like artwork pieces and everything. So and yeah, so and basically my recent artwork pieces were from yesterday. I've done a meme fan art on Homer Simpson is ready to fight Black Mask, which it was a little random meme fan art I've decided to come up with because I just honestly couldn't think of anything else to do yesterday apart from going out for a little walk and everything. And I've been out and about seeing some friends from uh like just been out and about seeing my friends, and yeah, we've just been chilling out and everything. And up until the point when like while when I went to check on my phone, I heard that the sad news that Prince Philip, who was the Duke of Edinburgh, had sadly passed away yesterday. And recently today, before I joined a friend of mine's live stream, I did a tribute to Prince Philip, and I've shared it out on Twitter. So and regarding afterwards, I did two character artworks. One on Kingpin / Wilson Fisk from Marvel Comics, and Homer Simpson from The Simpsons. And the reason I did those character artworks of those two, because at first that when the character artwork recommendation poll for these two ended in a tie, I was originally going to do just Kingpin by himself and everything. But then I decided to do both the Kingpin and Homer and all that, because Homer is one of those few characters I never actually drawn in a long time, and I think it would be worth it and everything. So yeah. And yeah, in all honesty, I think that it was really worth it for me to do two character artworks related to the character artwork recommendation poll. And yeah, so Yeah, hmm and I was like thinking to myself that I really could do with some little improvements on Kingpin a bit, but oh well, maybe like next time I would, but who knows? Because I'm actually planning to focus on drawing some other characters that either I haven't drawn before, or characters that I hadn't drawn in a long time, or or basically just the characters that I had planned and everything. So hmm and we come to the first question from Twilight Sparkle, the Tank Engine, and that is, "Hello, Rizo. Do you hate the Andrew Bear era?" Um, to be honest, I don't remember much about the Andrew Bear era that much because I only mainly remember well the classic series era from season 1 to 12 because I mostly pay attention to those more than the CGI series and however I honestly really just don't pay much attention to the CGI series that much because I mostly would prefer the classic series a lot more because I grew up being fond of Ringo Starr and Michelangelo's, God bless him, his narrating and yeah, and hello to Trains Mania 2021. I hope I got the name right. So yeah. So yeah. And to be honest, I felt like that I'm more fond of the classic series a lot more than the CGI series, but I don't mind the CGI series, like not like the way how it first started from I think it was season 13 to season 16 or something. I can't remember. Like I honestly really don't remember what was the worst CGI series alongside the season 13 and all, but I think it was from season 13 to 16 that was the worst because it didn't have very good detail episodes and yeah and yeah, I mean, in all honesty, I think yeah, so and so yeah, I'm gonna just be like, sorry, I was just thinking about something else for a second there. Like, sometimes my mind gets a bit drifted off sometimes because I often think about other things in general. So, yeah, and yeah, so yeah, and anyway, but back to the topic. We can if any of you guys have any questions to share with me, then go ahead because I'm all ears for questions to answer. What is definitely your favorite Theodore Tugboat episode? Um, if I were to pick one that's so memorable, excuse me, to me, pardon me again. Um, I think I'll have to go with Theodore and the Oil Rig because it was the one that introduced me to the Theodore Tugboat series, and like ever since when I was like younger, like a little kid or something like that, and around the time when I was learning about YouTube when I discovered it, I saw the episode of Theodore and the Oil Rig, and I was like wondering what's it like, and overall it was a very interesting episode. It was one of my favorites and everything, and it still is to this day. So yeah, and I'm actually planning to rewatch all the Theodore Tugboat episodes from season 1 to 5 once I finish watching all of the season uh 2 to sorry, from season 2 all the way to season 25 because I had so far finished watching the entire first season because of how much nostalgia it gives me. And yeah, so and Yeah, I mean, in all honesty, I think that I think personally, the Theodore and the oil rig will have to be my main favorite because of how memorable it is. Because it introduced me during my childhood days to the series, and I think it was really fun to watch. And I honestly still remember to this day what was my very first Ertl Theodore tugboat model, and that was Ertl Hank. Because I remember that I got Hank first, and then George after him, and then Fodak, I think, as well, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, in all honesty, I think those three were the first Ertl diecast toys that I got out of those the Theodore tugboat characters. So, and yeah, and I do agree with you there on that Trains Mania 2021. That I think the classic series is true gold. And if it wasn't for like great narrators, like in the UK version, we have Ringo Starr and Michael Angeles, and even in the US version, we wouldn't have had George Carlin, who I'm assuming he's like the only one so far as I know, is the best um the best like excuse me, the best like US narrator that there is for the US version of Thomas and Friends. If I'm not that mistaken, I do remember that whenever I'm on holiday to America to spend time with my family, because I remember back in my younger days, I first discovered the some of the American Thomas the Tank Engine DVDs, and I still have them with me to this day, but I don't often watch them at all for some reason. But I think it was probably because I wanted to just keep them as archives, as memories to when I went away on holiday to America back in my younger days with my dad, and went to spend time with some family relatives and all. And that was when I discovered some American Thomas the Tank Engine DVDs and all. And heck, I even remember that I even got Calling All Engines on DVD, the American version as well. And yeah, like there were quite a few and all that. So yeah. And I think I also got Hero of the Rails in American version as well, because I think back then when Hero of the Rails first came out, I remembered first watching the US version and everything, and I thought to myself, okay, so yeah, and mhm. And overall, at first, when I first watched it, I thought it was alright and okay with Michael Brandon's narrating. Although I'm not a huge fan of his narrating and all, because it's not hugely impressive compared to Michael Anglus's take on the film. But I'm planning to rewatch it at some point to try and remember like how good does it sound, the UK version of Hero of the Rails. I want to hear you guys' opinion. As a matter of fact, which one does it sound like a better take on Hero of the Rails, the UK version or the US version? It doesn't matter. Like if you want to stick to your opinion about which one is the best, like which version of Hero of the Rails is the best, that's fine because I respect your opinion and everything. So yeah, and yeah, in all honesty, I think that Hero of the Rails was a very interesting film, and heck, even more interesting than Mr. Island Rescue, because um when I was like 9 years old or something like that, yeah, I think I was 9 years old at the time. Um, I remembered that my mom took me to the cinema when it first came out, and at first I wasn't interested of seeing it, but I gave it a try, and overall after watching it, I enjoyed it and all. But then nowadays, I remember how bad the film seems to sound from the way how everyone talks about it. I kind of felt like whatever. I was just it was part of my childhood since then, so whatever. and all. But hey, some people may have different opinions about what do they think of Missile and Rescue. For me, I doubted if I would ever watch it that much anytime soon, and all, because I plan to also watch all the Thomas films that there is today, like Thomas and the Magic Railroad, Calling All Engines, The Great Discovery, Mr. and Rescue, like I said, or was it Hero of the Rails that came first before Mr. and Rescue? I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah. Yeah, Hero of the Rails, then Mr. and Rescue, and then Day of the Diesels, and the list goes on. So yeah. And yeah, in all honesty, I think that that I would have personally just like watch and rewatch some of the Thomas films to see if they were any interesting or what, like, and so yeah. And sorry, I was just like checking through my notifications real quick on DeviantArt real quick and all, but hey, anyway. Okay. Now moving on to this question here. When I was 6 years old, I liked My Little Pony, but now with 13, I hated it. I think Equestria Girls is better. Do you respect it? Well, if it's your opinion, Twilight Sparkle the Tank Engine, I do. And I don't mind both Friendship is Magic and Equestria Girls. I mean, I find them both one of my main favorite like interests of all time, besides Thomas the Tank Engine, Sonic, Super Mario, DC, Marvel, and other interests that everyone else may know me well being a fan of on from by judging from the projects that I do from YouTube and DeviantArt and all that I showcased on, say, Twitter and Instagram and everything. So yeah. Um and overall I think that that I think that it's good that that I like sorry. I don't know what I'm saying anyway. I mean, it's legit a bit unscripted because of to be honest, I was just hoping to do like a chill out stream and all that stuff and like take it easy and once in a while, because to be honest, throughout the Easter holidays, since the pandemic seems to slowly be going back to normal, like what I mean by that is like nearly ending and things are nearly going back to normal here in the UK from the way how I'm seeing and all that stuff. So yeah. And yeah, and I'll be looking forward to that. So yeah, because of in all honesty, I think it would be pretty awesome that things would go back to normal and all. So mhm. Yeah, and excuse me. Yeah. So are there any more questions that you guys would like to share out in the throughout the stream? So yeah, sorry, it's just a bit sorry if I'm a bit silent at the moment because I was just checking on one or two of my notifications on DeviantArt and all that while I'm waiting for like my friends at least to join in the party or something like that, or chill out on the stream or something like that. Depends about whoever's gonna be part of the stream. So yeah, but I'm not really that honestly sure, but who knows? Excuse me. So yeah. Okay. So, anyways, and okay, let's see. What's this question about? From Twilight Sparkle, the tank engine. What is your favorite season from the classic series? Mine is season 4 because they introduced the narrow gauge engines. Um, to be honest, it's really tough when it comes to really amazing nostalgia from Thomas the Tank Engine Friends, like the classic series from season 1 to season 12, which in my opinion, season 1 to season 12, they both they hold the best, most nostalgia, mostly because of the models for me. And yeah. Anyways, um, like sorry, like for me, if I were to pick a any season, either a random or something like that, for me to decide it to be my main favorite because of how much nostalgia I would have been given throughout the series, I think I would likely say season 1 because season 1 has really good story development throughout the first set of episodes. And I love listening to Ringo Starr's narrating throughout season 1, but I don't mind listening to his narrating throughout season 2. But I just kind of like season 1 a little more because, I mean, it's just I just feel relaxed for some reason, like in my comfort zone every time I would watch any episode from season 1 of Thomas the Tank Engine Friends with Ringo Starr's narrating and all that, because it gives me so much nostalgia from when I was a little kid. I used to have one or two or a few VHS tapes that have Ringo Starr's narrating and everything, and yeah, so as for a favorite season that had Michelangelo's narrating, I would probably say it would be a tie score between season 4 and 5. Season 4 because it has some memorable like stories from my childhood days that I could honestly go on and on about why is it that it's so nostalgic, and yeah. Season 5 because I honestly find season 5 um somewhat very interesting. Like, I really honestly find it very interesting turn on the stories and all that, and it even introduces some characters that are not like the Railway series related and all that stuff. Because to be honest, I think sorry, because I think to be honest that season 5 it has some really interesting set of characters like Cranky, the horrid lorries, Derek, the Paxman Diesel, or Bertram, the old warrior. The list goes on. So yeah, and I think personally for me that the main seasons I like will probably be season 1, 4, and 5, I guess. But honorable mentions will go to season 2 and 3. So yeah, but in all honesty, I think it would be like I honestly really like I'm honestly on beyond like don't know what much else to say what I haven't said. So yeah. Anyway, moving on to the next question from I believe the name is Infinite Ninja. Yeah. Will you add Ladybug and Chat Nor from Village? Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that. Ladybug. Well, to be honest, for adding characters, for those who keep requesting me to add characters from different interests or franchises, I have to say strictly no, because in my series, in Free for Heroes as a Villains War Tournament series, I mostly use characters from my interest in favorite franchises that I like and the ones that I grew up with. So yeah, and yeah, because of yeah, because to be honest, I thought that because I honestly would prefer to have my series focus on characters from my interest and all that stuff. So yeah, like, to be honest, I just wanted it to be focusing on my favorite franchises, like characters from my favorite franchises and interests and such. So anyway, and hello to Ads Flame Ox 27. I think that's how you say the name. Yeah. So yes. Sorry. Anyway, and here is a comment from Jay Phoenix. Hey Rizo, have you watched the Mer- sorry, Ladybug Arkham Rogues Hawk Myth versus Mr. Freeze? To be honest, I'm not really sure if I would react to that, because I don't have interest in Ladybug, so to speak, because I honestly don't think I ever would pay attention to that franchise anyway. But yeah, but come to the term of react to videos, I may consider reacting some of my projects later on in the stream to keep the stream going and all that. But to be that frankly, I don't know if I would, because it's mostly like a chill out stream and all that stuff, and I just wanted to like take it easy and like all that, because like, hey, what else can you do? Because I mean, yeah, yeah, here in the UK, we may be going through hard times because of Prince Philip passed away. God bless him. And yeah, I mean, it really is sad lately, because really. So and but personally, for me, I just honestly want to like enjoy life a bit more by just simply chilling out and taking it easy during the Easter holidays, and not be sad about like pandemic or the number of deaths and all that stuff, because it's just nah, not really for me. And yeah, thanks for the pronunciation, but I'll try and keep that in mind next time. So anyway, like, if you guys are wondering how I've been lately over the past like couple of like 1 or 2 weeks or something like that, regarding after I uploaded my birthday special of 2021 that featured the intro tribute video, which was a excuse me, which is a tribute video to my which is my which is a tribute to sorry, I don't know why I keep stuttering a bit. Like, which is a tribute to my webcomic series on DeviantArt known as Rizo2612 and his Rizo2612 and his Adventure Team Squad. Sorry, I just can't talk today. Maybe it's because my head is pounding. But anyway, in other words, like that, the reason that if you're wondering about where did the idea of developing my own Adventure Team Squad actually came from, like the idea of creating the intro for it came from, well, it was just a random idea really for my birthday special 2021, because Normally I would do either a like somewhat of a little animated music video or a nightcore music video of a song or something like that to celebrate my birthday and all that and everything. Or if later on I would have done a parody of epic rap battles of history. But for this year I just decided not to go with that, and I wanted it to have it focus on something that I felt like it needs more attention and love, and that is the Adventure Team Squad series from DeviantArt and everything. And I would have done it as a YouTube series, but then I prefer it more as a YouTube series. I mean, not a YouTube series, but sorry, as a. I would have done it as a YouTube series, but I prefer it as a DeviantArt webcomic series instead, because I thought to myself, hey, what else can you do? And I thought, yeah, and so yeah, and I thought to myself that it would be nice to like showcase my ultimate team of favorite villains of all time, which are known as the Ultimate Master Planners, and yeah, so and yeah, I mean, and the choice of music, Rockman, uh, the hang on, what was it called again? Let me just research it for a sec. Um, I know it's Rockman something. Hang on. Oh yeah, it was the Rockman EXE intro theme. Um, the reason I chose that was that because I know that a lot of people on social media, they keep coming up with either their own translation of the intro theme, or they just create one of their own or something like that. I don't know, but the reason I chose it was that because I thought to myself it was pretty outstanding music I ever heard, and so I thought it would fit in nicely within the intro. And same could be said for the instrumental take as well. Although I'm not a huge anime fan like other people I know in real life, but hey, I that's just my opinion, because the main anime I often mostly pay attention to would have to be Sonic OVA the movie, because it's one of my favorite animated films of all time. Even though it seems a bit odd and all that stuff, but hey, at least though it's all right and all, like it's no big deal. So, Sonic X on Netflix. I don't pay attention to it that much on Netflix, but I am gonna try and get back to watching it's on Netflix, as much as I have planned to continue rewatching more episodes of the Spectacular Spider-Man on Netflix and everything, and try and continue watching more episodes of at least Friends or The Punisher, Daredevil, and all those other shows I watch on Netflix. So yeah, and because it's been some time since I last watched anything on Netflix. Because the last time I watched anything on it was back then, before My Little Pony Equestria Girls Friendship Games was removed off Netflix towards the end of the month of February. And to be honest, I enjoyed the film, and I think it was a good film. And I know how, like, I understand the pain that Twilight has been going through, like feels being unappreciated by everyone else at Crystal Prep and all that stuff. Because I used to like go through something similar as her, being unappreciated by some people in real life. But hey, most people just don't really honestly care about you until later on in life, when you move on and you start fresh in life as it is. So yeah. Anyway, moving on to the um next question. Have you watched and heard Gross earlier? If not heard of it, look it up. Um I don't think I ever heard of it, but I don't usually would take requests to search up franchises or anything like that, unless if I decide to, because hey, I just honestly make decisions for myself, really. But hey, but I do appreciate the suggestion, though. But whatever. Anyway, next up is um, what are your favorite characters, favorite Equestria Girls characters of the Side Twilight and Sunset Shimmer? Um, Probably the Rainbooms, um, the Dazzlings, and Midnight Sparkle and Principal Celestia. I guess those are the only other characters I like in Equestria Girls, and that's it. So yeah. I mean, to be that truthfully honest, I think those are the only other characters that I like. But the main one I like the most is definitely my waifu, Sunset Shimmer. Because why? Because I just feel so damn related to her all the time, and like I really love the song "My Past Is Not Today," and I don't mind the the other songs that feature Sunset Shimmer, like Embrace the Magic from Legend of Everfree or Let It Rain from Digital Series Season 2. But I honestly adore My Past Is Not Today so much. And I think personally that personally for me that I honestly enjoy the song so much, and I really just wow, it's just so damn amazing. Do you have a favorite DC comic superhero? Definitely. I love Raven because she's one of my all-time favorites, and not only because she's voiced by Tara Strong, but also because ever since I started watching Teen Titans, the original series, I developed somewhat interest in the character of Raven, and I thought to myself, Raven is a fun character to watch and like really entertaining and relatable character to watch. And yeah, and to be that honest, uh sorry, and to be that honest, I think that I really honestly enjoy seeing Raven in action, and yeah, and yeah, I mean, it's just so interesting to know her as a character throughout the series. And even in the episode Nevermore from season 1 of Teen Titans explains a lot more in Raven's character and why she is at who she is. Like, why is she like not like the type of character like say as Beast Boy or Robin, like all hyper spirit fun or something like that, filled with joy and all that stuff. And why is she like miserable looking most of the time? And the answers are given to you as soon as you start watching Nevermore, and then you study a lot more of Raven's character, and that's why Nevermore is one of my favorite episodes of all time throughout the show. So so yeah, and at first originally it was Batman who used to be my personal main favorite DC comic hero, but ever since I started watching Teen Titans, the original, I grew more fond of Raven a lot more, and then over the past couple of like years, I suddenly grow fond of Raven more than Batman and all, and Batman became my second favorite DC hero and all. So yeah. Anyway, are there any more questions that if you guys like to share with me? And mm-hmm. Pardon me for that. I was just having a little drink of water for a second. Anyway, and right now I'm just like taking it easy, so to speak, like just chilling out, waiting for any comments and all, and So yeah. hmm Yeah, I was just checking my notifications on Twitter for a sec. Okay. Which of the five Shadowbolts is your favorites? And the Shadowbolts are not villains anymore in Dance Magic. They're friends with the Rainbooms. Yeah, I guess that somewhat makes sense because the Shadowbolts become like somewhat anti-heroes and all that. And heck, it kind of shows as if they started to be somewhat like anti-heroes in friendship games. And how, you may ask? Well, from my point of view, they put aside to their differences with Candlelight High, and they help the Rainbooms to save the day, while Sunset Shimmer transformed into Daydream Shimmer to defeat Midnight Sparkle and all that. And yeah, so yeah, I mean, that could be one of those facts, like how I would consider the Shadow Bolts anti-heroes and all that sort of stuff. So yeah. Anyway, I don't know if I would say if I have a favorite Shadow Bolt, because I'm not like too crazy or much of a fan of them, but I don't know, to be honest. Like I'll think about it over time, and if I do like say a character artwork of one of the Shadow Bolts, that might be the answer to who could be my favorite Shadow Bolt then. So who knows? We'll just wait and see in the future. And also yeah, excuse me. Yeah. So yeah, in all honesty, I think yeah, I mean, I don't have much of a favorite of the Shadow Bolts, so yeah. So yeah. In other words, I'm gonna probably do a reaction video, but first let me just find something for me to react on. Like it could have been any of my project little videos and such, like but hmm. So yeah, just bear with me for a sec, and yeah. So excuse me, I'm just a bit knackered and tired because I've been doing some character because I did the character artworks of Kingpin and Homer Simpson earlier today. So yeah, okay. And now we're just about to begin um the react reacting to one of my videos. So yeah. Okay, let's just put it to the beginning. Hang on, right about here. I think this will do. Sorry about that. It's just that when it comes to terms of me doing like oh react video like here, I haven't done that like in some time for a stream. So yeah. Anyway, here we have is the World's Strongest Engine remake episode, which so far is the only current new um excuse me, the only current new episode that I've done. But I do plan at some point later on to try and do some more episodes of um more remake episodes in the future. But although considering that I'm developing Adventures of Thomas and Friends series, I'm not sure if I will be doing much more Thomas and Ray remake episodes that much, but who knows? It depends really about my schedule for when it comes to terms of projects like this. So yeah, and and I wouldn't put up the audio because of I honestly just prefer it to be more like my reaction on videos like this, more like um more like director's commentary kind of stylish or something like that. But hey, it's my stream and I do what I please with it. But maybe one day I might, when the next time if I do another reaction on one of my videos, I might showcase the audio from within the video. So yeah, so and basically this episode was based off of the World's Strongest Engine episode from season 6 of Thomas and Friends, and yeah, and not a lot to say here, but although it was a pretty interesting video to film because of it did showcase myself as a Thomas and Friends character, and Mr. A the Hedgehog as a Thomas and Friends character. Sorry, Mr. A the Hedgehog as a Thomas and Friends character, and a friend of ours who used to be part of the Thomas fandom, but left because of but left the Thomas fandom community because of he moved on in life to do other things in general, like he just wanted to move on in life and all that stuff, like because he had a lot going on in life lately. So and that facial expression, if you couldn't tell, that was meant to be like Diesel's like trigger face. So and yeah. Excuse me, I'm just a bit knackered, so so yeah. And if you're wondering what's with those like little like speech bubble clouds there, it, it goes to show that Salty isn't happy to be working with Diesel at first until the Fat Controller realizes that he was wrong to trust Diesel working at the docks. It was a little joke that I came up with for that scene there and everything. And I actually kind of like this type of shot here where Henry pulls the train away, and yeah, because it fits very well with this kind of angle with the camera. Well, I mostly filmed the entire uh video with my phone, so yeah. So mhm. And yeah, I mean, so far I honestly thought that video was alright and decent, so And now we have this interesting question from Twilight Sparkle, the Tank Engine. What is definitely your favorite Thomas merchandise and why? Thomas and Railway for sure, because it is absolutely my all-time favorite merchandise of all time. Because I love how they do the models of not only the TV series characters but also the Railway series characters as well, like such as Wilbur, D199, Big City Engine, Flying Scotsman, and all those other characters like those. as well. So yeah. And in all honesty, excuse me. In all honesty, I do enjoy making Thomas customs out of some Winray models and all that stuff. So and yeah, so yeah, spare me a second because I'm just typing up a message on Twitter for a second. So yeah, hang on. So yeah, okay, let's see. Just for anyway, what do you think of the finale episode of Engines of Sodor? I thought it was an interesting ending to the series, and it was a pretty good episode, and it was surprising to have Diesel 10 become an anti-hero towards the end of the episode, and like towards the end of the episode. Sorry, and I really like the use of the some parts of the music of Wallace and Gromit the Wrong Trousers for the most intense sequences and all that stuff throughout the episode, especially at the opening title sequence, because I think it was more fitting in my book and all that. So yeah. So yeah, and honestly I think it was really awesome. Like it was a very awesome excuse me. I'm just a bit sorry about that. It was an interesting finale and yeah, so so yeah. Yeah. Anyway, are there any more questions on the chat? Anyway. Not much questions coming up, but hey, I mean, I'll just wait anyway in the meantime. So yeah. Pardon me, I'm just yawning for a second. That's all, because I'm just like that numbed and yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I'll probably likely be ending this stream like probably later on-ish or something like, because I'm thinking that this stream might last for like probably like up until maybe 8 this time, like sorry, like 20 p.m., which is technically 8 p.m., which by UK time, because of I've been waiting to hear from anyone that I'm in touch with on Twitter to see if they would be interested to join and all, but I guess none of them don't seem to be that would be that interesting, but or maybe I might do later on, but who knows. So yeah. Anyway, okay. Now we have this question. Do you love the stories of Sudor? My answer is yes. Okay. My favorite episode, I think, um, sorry, it's just I'm just really knackered and also anyway, um, my favorite episode would have to be Passengers, because I honestly find it very interesting, that episode, for no particular reason, but I think it just seems so interesting to me. I don't know why. I don't remember all the episodes' names that very well, so yeah, I'll just have to randomly go for Passengers and all that. Yeah, I think that will do for now. So um, pardon me. So yeah, and I think I may have time for at least one more question, because I think I'll just try and like probably end the stream and then try and take it easy like a little more, and yeah, because to be honest, I don't think there would have been that many people that would have been um wanted to be part of my stream that much. So yeah. So I think I may take a little hiatus on doing live streaming for now, after this stream ends, and then maybe I'll go back to doing more streaming like maybe in June or something. I don't know. So yeah, but it really depends really about how I would feel and all. And if I get bored, maybe like during next month, I'll try and do another live stream episode. But who knows? Because to be that truthfully frank, I honestly don't know like um what to say or do now. Because let's just kind of say that I did this stream again because I was kind of like bored, and I thought to myself that I'll try and get to know the way how you do StreamYard by heart and all that stuff, like how to get the hang of it. So yeah, if you have any last questions to throw in, please do so, because honestly I would appreciate it. And yeah, then after I answer that question, I will probably end the stream. And yeah. Yeah, from what I could tell, Twilight Sparkle the Tank Engine, you're the only viewer that seems to be watching the stream, and I really do appreciate that from you. God bless you for that. So, I mean, I'm not just saying that. I kind of feel like feel rejected by some people. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is that I just kind of feel like that maybe after I would be on a hiatus for a while to do my own streams, but I will participate on anyone else's streams, like any of my friends' streams, hopefully. Um, Maybe afterwards I'll try and hopefully go back to doing more live streams in the future, and hopefully there'll be some more people who would be interested to join in. So yeah. In other words, since now it's gonna like I don't know, it's starting to go a bit dark later on in here in UK time. I think I'll probably end the live stream here and now. So yeah. And yeah, but before I go, I'll answer this question and then that'll be it. What is your favorite Thomas character? My favorite Thomas character when it comes to terms of the Railway series, it will be Thomas and Wilbert, because Wilbert is quite an interesting and fascinating Railway series character. Sorry, Railway series character to me, and yeah, and for Thomas because he's one of my main favorite characters to this day, and yeah. As for the TV series, I have quite a lot, to be honest. There are too many to list, but I can't tell you who is one of them that's recently became one of my favorites, and that is Rebecca. And why Rebecca? Because, excuse me, ever since I've watched the episode Chuckle Trucks, it became one of my favorite episodes of all time of the series, of the entire franchise of Thomas the Tank Engine Friends, because it helped me to get to know Rebecca a lot more. And she seems to be adorable and fun to watch, and she's quite amazing character to watch and everything. Like she kind of reminds me of Sunset Shimmer and Psy Twilight into one character and everything, and I honestly adore her for that because I find her somewhat likable and everything. So yeah, I mean, if you ever watch the episode Troublesome Trucks, you'll notice how adorable she seems to be like throughout the entire episode, and yeah. So in anyway, in other words, I'm gonna end this stream now, and yeah. So has been Rizo2612, and yep, and have a fantastic day, everybody. God bless you all.